Welcome to Hope Matters Radio.
Today, we'll be talking with the experts to find out how do we make sure you're protected, personal injury, estate planning, what happens when life happens. We're joined by Anthony Zarella and Ron Fenstermacher to fill us in what you and your family need to know. We have Marie Gordon and Sarah Moyer, our expert contributors and show partners, here to introduce two wonderful attorneys.
Well, first up, we have Anthony Zarella of Zarella Law in Philadelphia.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
I am a personal injury lawyer, and I've been practicing for a little over 20 years in this field. And I put the pieces together when accidents happen. I'll look for sources of recovery for them and really help them put their life back together. And when you're dealing with a personal injury, it's so traumatic for the family, not just the person injured. And so I come in and I pick up all the pieces and work with the family and make it better.
Great.
Anthony, personal injury, it goes beyond just a car accident or a motorcycle accident. What are the different areas that you're looking to help advise clients on?
When I look at a case, if someone's injured or perhaps someone was killed, we're looking at so many variables. What was the mechanism that caused the injury or the death? It might be a drug overdose. It might be perhaps accidental shooting where someone is killed by a firearm. And then I step in and take a look at who might be responsible. Is there negligence?
Okay.
So it really goes far beyond the normal things that people might think about.
Your opportunity to help that client or help that family move forward really relies on a lot of other people, be it an estate planner, an asset planner. Share a little bit about what you're walking that client through.
There are many variables involved, and that's exactly why I surround myself with wonderful professionals such as Ron and Marie and Sarah, because many times when people are getting any amounts of money, the first thing they want to do is buy a home.
Sure.
I can't tell you how many first homes have been purchased with the proceeds of personal injury settlements. Another example, clients coming into $1 million. Estate planning is critical. So we need to bring in an attorney like Ron to advise the family on how to protect that wealth.
And Ron, as we look at this, that $1 million isn't a spendable asset today. That's actually to, in most instances, replace the lack of opportunity for that person to actually be able to work and earn themselves.
That's right, James, and that's where the planning comes in, whether it's estate planning on the attorney's end or investment advising or insurance planning, whatever it might be, because there's a reason that person has that money. It wasn't a windfall. Something has happened, something has been damaged, and you want to ensure that that money is going to be there for that person to take care of them. So if they've won $1 million, it's probably not a good idea to buy $1 million house because they're not going to have the income stream to support that. Okay. You've got, as anyone, as you know, you've got real estate taxes, you've got maintenance fees, whatever it might be with a house. Someone needs to bring them back down to earth to let them see not just what's realistic, what might be appropriate for them, but also to ensure that that money's going to be there for them if they need it, and then hopefully beyond that there for their family.
I was just thinking in the terms like lottery winnings, most of them go bankrupt. And I guess the difference is here is that you're providing them with professional advice so that
They do the right
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I think it's a parallel. It's unfortunate that when the state pays out, or whoever pays out those lottery winnings, doesn't also give them the name of an investment advisor and an estate planning attorney to give them advice as to not to do, because it's not. I don't want to equate it really, but it's parallel in the sense that they're coming into a large amount of money, probably more than they ever had before, and their inclination is to spend it because they don't know how much they can safely spend. So it's the same idea, but here we have the added idea of why that money is there,
Right.
because it is replacing something, some damage that occurred.
I have two questions. When somebody files a lawsuit, like, is that the only way that you can be compensated for pain and suffering? And two, where does that money come from?
Well, first, to answer your first question, do you need to file a lawsuit to make a claim? And the answer is no. In many cases, you can simply file a claim, perhaps with the insurance company of the person at fault. And in so many cases, when I'm negotiating on behalf of my clients for a settlement, I'm negotiating not with the at-fault party, but I'm negotiating oftentimes with the at-fault party's insurance company. And so The first thing you would do to make a claim is identify an at-fault party, determine if they have insurance. Once you do, then I would file a claim with their insurance company. They would set up a claim, assign an insurance adjuster to speak to me, and we would negotiate back and forth. And in many cases, I can settle those claims without even filing a lawsuit. In Pennsylvania, you have 2 years to resolve a personal injury claim. And if you can't resolve it without litigation in 2 years, then you have to file a lawsuit to preserve that claim. And so once a lawsuit is initiated, it's initiated by me filing papers with the court, putting the case on record, then it's a matter of just proceeding down the formal road of a lawsuit. And the courts dictate, they have timelines for different things and so forth.
Hope Matters Radio is brought to you by the Real Estate Radio Network. Visit HopeMattersRadio.com for more information. That's HopeMattersRadio.com.